My name is Tiffany Hill Cook, and this is my channel. I run a spiritual practice called the Healing Hill, and I will link the web address below if you're interested in learning a little bit more about me, my story, also the services that I offer. It is a spiritual practice. I am a healer, and part of my purpose in this life is to, channel spirit or channel source in the form of messages. And so I started a challenge with myself on this Monday. Today is Thursday. And the challenge is I'm doing 90 videos in 90 days. And it's, sometimes the topic that I want to share comes really easily, and other times not so much. And today I was out with a girlfriend. My birthday was earlier this week, and so we were having lunch and then, out doing some shopping, just perusing in some different shops. And, I'm just getting home, eating some leftovers from lunch, some yellow curry. And, the sunlight of the day, the hours remaining, is starting to dwindle. And so I thought to myself, what is it that is to be shared today? And I don't know how long this message is going to be. I never know how long these messages are going to be, because all I'm doing is channeling my spirit guides. And so I asked them what to share today. And it's something really simple but profound. And the gift that the one that they're relying on most, or I'm relying on, but they're using most heavily right now, is the gift of my clairaudience. So how that works for me is that I hear words being shared with me. It sounds like my own inner voice, but it is not mine. And I just simply repeat it. If I get the message wrong, inside of my body, it's almost like there's like this pulling back of, like, if anybody's ever ridden a horse, they've got, sometimes a bit in their mouth, but there's reins a lot of the times. And that's what it feels like. I'm being reined back in, like, ooh, you've missed the mark. We gotta course correct. So what I want to share with you today is that you are loved. You are loved so deeply that you cannot even possibly comprehend it. And you are loved so deeply, not because of anything that you do, or don't do, or say, or don't say, or think or don't think. It's a state of being. And in moments when we feel anguish or despair or worry or anxiety or fear, what I know to be true is rooted in that feeling is our disconnect from source. We have forgotten that we are God, and God is in us. And I'm not saying that I am God, but we are 100% made up of God. He, I say he, resides in all of us. And so as a result of that, we are never, ever, ever alone. I used to feel loneliness a lot in my life. And there's a difference. Alone and loneliness, two different things. You can feel lonely in a room of 1,000 people. Lonely is the state in which you feel like you're the only one experiencing what you're experiencing. There's an isolation component to loneliness. I love being alone. Am I, I don't know if I think I'm an extrovert. I don't know anymore, because I say I love humanity, but people are tricky for me. People on a one-on-one basis can be real tricky, and I don't necessarily need it a lot of the time. I've got, 2 friends and that's enough. Sincerely, I don't need a lot of people. And so, that's something else that I want you to know, is that nothing outside of you will ever make you whole. Happiness, joy, whatever it is that you are seeking, it's an inside-out job. And so if you think, for example, that being in a relationship is going to bring you this, or, being in a relationship is going to bring you that, or if I just had that house, or I just had that car, if I just lost 10 pounds, if only my hair was this, you name it, in the physical or material world, or even in a relationship, in a relational setting, you will be so sadly mistaken, because it's impossible for something external to balance something internally, ever. This, I don't know if you have ever heard of the band, the Abbott Brothers. I really love them. So many of their songs are like my favorite. And I believe the title of this song is called Weight of Lies. My dog is snoring, by the way. For those who are just joining, I live in about 150 square feet. I have for a couple of years. I sold my house in 2021. I desire less and less and less and less of things. I do not need a lot of material things. It's just not, if anything, if I bring something home, at least one item's going out. That's just something that I do. But at any rate, back to the song. The song, I believe it's called The Weight of Lies. And one of the lines of the song, or maybe it's the chorus, is, the weight of lies will bring you down and follow you through every town, 'cause nothing happens here that doesn't happen there. And then, so when you run, make sure you run to something and not away from. Because I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this. I personally have, where it's like, if I just get that new job, or if I just move into a new home, or get a new car, whatever the solution that my ego has created is gonna fix something. It may temporarily, a few months, but I can guarantee you that state of being that you're in will 100% present itself again. Because it has to do with the mind and the way in which it's interpreting the structure of your life, the external pieces of your life. And so if you can, what's helpful is if you can get to the root of what's causing your ego to be solutions-based, which it never is. The solution is more problems. That's what the ego is fear-based. It always wants a job. It's never solutions-based. Its solutions is issues. And so if you can get to the root of the unhappiness, or the whatever the root of the behavior is, and release that, or heal that, or accept that, suddenly the reality that you were living in just the day previous, which was unlivable, becomes livable. Suddenly, this is what I know to be true, is our thoughts are powerful. If someone says this is hell, I believe you, because you've created it. If you say, and I've used this example before, so if you've watched my videos, this is not a new idea. If you say to yourself, I don't want to hit traffic, you know what, honey? You're going to hit traffic. If you say to yourself, oh, I don't want to fight with my spouse, you know what? You're going to fight with your spouse. The universe doesn't know don't. So what would be something different? What actually do you want? I want to come home to peace. Ooh, that's nice. Who doesn't want more peace? And normally when you have peace, you don't go, I want more of it. You just have it, right? It's the same with joy. You don't go, ooh, I want more joy. You just go, I just feel joyful. So let's say we're talking about our commute home. You can say, oh, this commute home is going to be so easy. What do you want it to be? I'm going to hit every single green light. Let's say I used to live in a large metropolitan, Bellevue. I didn't live in Bellevue, Washington, but I worked in Bellevue. And sometimes it was a bitch getting even just onto a freeway. There was you'd wait multiple times at a light, whatever the reasoning. But, you could say to yourself, when I get on the road today, people are going to let me in immediately. It's going to be so easy to get onto I-5 today. And your thoughts become your reality. So I know I started this video with sharing that, you're loved, but I want you to know that you create your own reality as well. That everything that happens to you in your life is because of something that you've done. You know what the beauty is, though? If you're like, fuck that, I've had a shit life, people shit on me, etc., you can start changing that today. That's why you're here. I have allowed and encouraged a lot of poor behavior to be enacted on me. I allowed people to treat me terribly. Did I treat people terribly as well? 100%. Hurt people. When you're hurting, you're inherently going to hurt others. Some are more internalizers as opposed to externalizers. I'm more of an internalizer. Why is this happening to me? Why don't they like me? What can I do to fix this? Some other people are like, what's your problem? You're the reason that I feel this way. They're pointing the finger. Again, you have a choice, and it starts in a moment. You get to decide how you are going to move forward, you give meaning to life. My dog is sleeping. And so, is there anything else? You're capable. Like sometimes I know that you can feel like you're the only one experiencing what you're experiencing. That's not true. I'll guarantee you that. You're never alone, okay? And sometimes you can think, where could I possibly begin? Sometimes it just takes you can just start with a breath. That's like a really beautiful way to love yourself. And I'll tell you why. Try not breathing. See how that feels. It feels so beautiful to breathe in. Try not exhaling. It hurts. It feels so... it feels so good to breathe. So, that's where you can start. It may be, feeding yourself. Maybe you need a drink of water. I don't know. Maybe you need to take a nap. It could be just, sitting down wherever you're at, just closing your eyes and just feeling your body. That could be a form of loving yourself. It could be, something for me was I ended quite a few friendships that really should have been ended years previously, but I held on to them because somehow I thought that I had to. And they held on to me, because this is what I'll tell you, is when I went and, made a formal complaint with a friend, voiced my concern or that this was no longer working for me, it fucking wasn't working for them either. It's a really beautiful thing. And so it's almost as if you go and do something, you give others permission to do the same. And so, so if you're not sure where to begin, just get really quiet and ask yourself, quiet the mind. Because I can guarantee you, you really do know. You do know something that would help you. So start there. And just know that I don't know everything. I don't claim to. I'm just a soul having a human experience, making it through day to day, just like you are, step to step. And, if I do it right at the end of it, it takes a lifetime to learn who you are. And that ain't even possible. But I will say this, we don't got much time. And I just turned 38 this week. Life is, I can't even believe I'm 38, to be honest. I remember, so I'm born in 1985, and I remember thinking how cool it would be in 2015 I would spend half of my life in the 20th century and half of my life in the 21st century. And now it's 2023, 8 years, like blink of an eye. So the other thing that Spirit wants to share right now for some reason is that just reminding you that we all have a dream. You have a dream, I have a dream, and that it's never too late to actualize that dream. It's never too late. I met with a woman yesterday. I have a part-time job in the evenings that I do, and I met this woman, and I am not very good at guessing age, but I would say she's around my mother's age, like mid-60s, between like mid-50s to, I'm really not that great at guessing age. She could have been my mother. I do know that. And as our time was coming to an end, her spirit team was there, boom, immediately. I felt it. Like the first, we were in each other's energy for about an hour and a half, and the moment that I met her, they had a message for her. But I'm at work. It's not like I was at my own job or at my own business. I'm at I'm working for an LLC, a corporation, and so it sometimes it's just not the time or place. But I did ask ultimately if she was open to a message, and I don't know what's going to come. I just know that they're just there. It's kind of like somebody knocking at. This is how it feels for me. It's like somebody's at my door, energetically speaking, and so I can either go, come on in, or I can say, dude, not right now. And sometimes it's just like a message in the sense of like, tell this person everything's going to be okay. That's the entire thing. But other times I can tell there's going to be more to it. And part of the message for her was that, she's going through an awakening right now. There's something about her spirit that is dying to be seen by her, dying to be acknowledged, dying to be made consciously aware. And she's flowing with it. She's inviting it in, and there's these really beautiful new levels of awareness that are coming to her. There was also, though, a message that, did I mess up? Should I have done this years ago? Is it too late? And the short answer is, it's never too late. It's never, ever, ever too late. Ooh, I feel emotional because I heard this years ago that and not everybody awakens in a lifetime too. Just know that, like, not everybody's purpose is to be, connect to their soul. That's just not it whatsoever. And so, but, I've heard that age 30 and age 60 are common ages for a knock, knock, knock from your higher self to go wake up. I was 35. But I heard that, if it doesn't happen in your 30s, they'll try again at 60. This is what I will tell you. People that are on death's door, they get it. And sometimes it can be like a couple of days before they're getting ready to pass, and all of a sudden they're ready to make amends. They're ready to apologize. They want to offload guilt. They just want to be with with whomever it is that they're seeking to be with. But all these, earthly let's say, human condition, the conditions of the ego, like spite or, just anger or resentment. They fade away the closer that you are to going back to the spirit world. And so just know that you can always start. And it doesn't have to be like, it just like, do what's in your heart, do what feels good to you. All right. I love you all. I don't know you, but I know I love you. I have a lot of gratitude for you. The universe needs you. I need you. Shine your light. If somebody makes you small, get away from them. They don't deserve to be in your energy, in your light. It's time to move on. That relationship has run its course. And, one final thing that I will leave with is the villain in your story is going to be your greatest teacher. So have gratitude for them. And if you don't have gratitude, I can guarantee you will with enough time and with enough healing. My mother, I do not have her in my life today, but I have the utmost gratitude for her in my life. My former boss from the cult that I worked at, who treated me like fucking a doormat. There's 2 of them I can think of. And I actually have a lot of sadness for them because I believe that they're still at the organization and they just are really sad people. They're just really empty people. But I have so much gratitude because had they not treated me how they treated me, I'd potentially would still be there. Definitely wouldn't be making this video. So, just know as well that you play the villain in someone's story. No matter how nice, kind, selfless that you are, which, by the way, selfless is like lacking of self, lacking of identity. I don't know if that's necessarily something that I want to be. But that, and why I share that is like, because a lot of times we make ourselves small because we don't want to upset another person. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter. You're still going to, by existing, you can upset somebody. And so just honor yourself and allow yourself to just be whoever it is that you desire to be. And regardless of whoever doesn't like that, that's on them. So just know that your biggest villain will be your greatest teacher, and that you do as well play the villain in someone's story. I love y'all.